Hello everyone and welcome back to the Johnster Space channel. So today I'm continuing my Pokemon Black version playthrough with part 2 of this playthrough, So let's get started with it. So as you can see, when I last played I was inside my house with my trainer named Reshy, So yeah, before I go on the Route 1, let's go around Nuvema Town and talk to people and see what they say to us. Because one of the things that you're encouraged to do in these games is to speak to everyone you find. So let's go and do that by talking to our mom first, who I think heals our Pokemon. Okay, it says, "Mom, I wonder where you'll go next and what kind of Pokemon you'll meet." That's all she says. So we leave our house and can talk to people around the town. I've heard there are a lot of Pokemon and many different people in the world. When I hear stories about them, I get very excited. This kid said to us. So let's see, whose house is this? Okay, this is Juniper Pokemon Lab. Let's see what she says, Okay, she actually isn't here, I guess. When you go back to the lab after the beginning of the game, goods are arranged on the shelves in a very orderly fashion. So we can check stuff, The lab, I guess, gives us some tips if we check items in it. Bookshelves and things. Adventure rule number 1. The X button opens the menu. Which, yeah, you can see here, I press the X button and it does open the menu. Adventure rule number 2. Record your progress with save. There are lots of materials and research paper reports about Pokemon. Who is this with Professor Juniper? There's a smiling man in the picture. Yeah, I wonder who that smiling person is. No, it doesn't tell us anything other than that when we check the picture. I wonder if it's Professor Oak. Even though it doesn't say who this smiling man with her is, since he was a professor too. That's my theory. Okay, that's pretty much all we can do in the lab, I guess. So back into, the rest of the town to talk to people and stuff. Let's see what this person says. Do you think traveling with Pokemon changes people? And I'm gonna say yes. It lets you say yes or no, so I say yes. Me too. Traveling and thinking about many things can definitely make a difference. Okay, that's all they said. Let's see what this guy says. The power of science is amazing. Now you can use infrared to do all sorts of things in the blink of an eye. You know, because this game had an infrared feature. So this guy's like talking about it, I guess. Kind of breaking the fourth wall. I don't know. Bianca's house. Let's see what's in here. Bianca's dad. What nonsense is this? How could my daughter, who knows nothing about the world, be going on a journey with Pokémon? So yeah, her dad is like skeptical of the journey we're going on with her and our other friends, I guess. But let's see what her mom says. Don't mind my husband, dear. He's just being overprotective. All children go on adventures with Pokémon. Like us, I guess. Reshy, you know? It's part of growing up. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is what it says when we interact with the TV. It's time for moves for living. Today, we will learn about the move Psyshock. Our guest expert is Dr. Technic All-Machine, a professor at Castelia University. At All-Machine. Hello, I'm Dr. All-Machine. Psyshock is a very indirect move where the user attacks with a psychic wave that takes physical form. It can be used effectively in everyday life too. For example, sometimes you want to practice comedy routines by yourself, right? If you time this move right, you can smack yourself around for some amazing physical comedy. Announcer, I see. I sure learned a lot. Well then, everyone, until next time, goodbye. Okay, so that's what is said on the that's what the broadcast on the TV said. You know, it told us about one of the moves, I guess you can get in the game. And then, like, add some humor to it and stuff. So I guess let's keep talking to people around Nuvema Town, and then we can get back on Route 1. And, you know, do stuff. I like how these games encourage exploration, you know? Cheren's mom. Why, Reshy? I hear the professor asks you to complete the Pokédex. Don't worry. You'll always have Pokémon by your side. Let's see what Cheren's dad says. Cheren's dad. Traveling is great. You encounter so many things you've never seen and things you don't yet understand. Wherever you go, you'll learn something new and grow up a little. We still don't have the running shoes yet, so we're really slow, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna check the town map we have, you know? It's in key items. Town map. A very convenient map that can be viewed anytime. It even shows your present location. Okay, as you can see, it says we're in Nuvema Town. A rural town we're in Nuvema Town. A rural town whose sea... So this is the description for Nuvema Town. A rural town whose sea breezes give the sense of something coming. And it also shows you key locations in an area on the town map, like for a town or a city. The key location in Nuvema Town is the Juniper Pokémon Lab. And we have to get to Accumula Town, which is the next location right after Route 1. So here's the description for Route 1. A small road by the shore, where you can enjoy the seascape in peace. So we have Nuvema Town here. You go right above that is Route 1. And then right above that is the first town outside the starting town. Which is where we're gonna be going first. In our adventure, I guess. Accumula Town. This town offers great views due to its many hills. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff on the map here. We're going to be going to many different places in Unova, But for now, we're just going to Route 1, Gonna quickly save the game before we enter Route 1 to, battle and maybe catch some Pokemon too. Because that's what you do in this game. I'm liking the game so far. The town map is very useful, as you can see. Okay, so what I actually did here that I didn't tell you is I registered my town map so that when I press the Y button on my controller, it just opens, I guess you can register items to the Y and the A buttons from the looks of things. Because X brings up the menu. And yeah, now when I press the Y button, it automatically opens the town map, which is really nice. So yeah, time to enter Route 1 and, start doing stuff. Alright, we got an encounter. It's a lily pup. A level 4 one. So using our Snivy named Sancho, we're gonna fight it, to get some XP. So my defense fell because he used a move. I'm gonna keep using Vine Whip until I defeat him, With my Snivy named Sancho. Okay, yeah, it fainted. We got 30 XP because it was a level 4. And now we're level 8, as you can see here. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna get my Snivy named Sancho up to level 10, by battling and stuff. Which should be a good level for, the beginning of the game that we're in. On Route 1. Alright, who's this guy? What does he say? Wild Pokemon are hiding in the tall grass. What does this mean for you? It means when you want to battle or capture wild Pokemon, you should go walk in the tall grass. Which is what we were just doing. Okay, that wasn't very helpful. Trainer tips. When we read this board, it gives us some tips, I guess. Alright, this sign says trainer tips. Make an effort to talk to all the people you meet during your journey. Which is what we just did in Nuvema Town, you know? We talked to pretty much everyone there. And I guess learned some stuff too, you know? Chances are they will have something useful to tell you. Yeah, you know, cause in like her lab, it had like adventure tips. So you know, we found some useful stuff already. So let's keep going on Route 1, I guess. Is your Pokemon's HP alright? When your Pokemon's HP decreases while you're on the road, it can be a big problem, so I'll give you this. Okay, this person's gonna give us an item. Put it in your bag's medicine case. Let me guess, is this a potion? Reshy obtained a potion. Yeah, so I was right. We do get a potion. Reshy put the potion in the medicine case. When your Pokemon's HP decreases, they no longer have the energy to fight. So, don't push your Pokemon too hard, and let them rest often. So like I said, I'm going to try and get my Snivy up to level 10. You know, before we move on to Accumula Town. So we're going to keep doing these tall grass encounters, you know, on Route 1. There's a lot of lily pups, I guess. I've just encountered another one. So you know, we fight him. Okay, here's another sign on Route 1. Let's read what it says. Route 1. Okay, it's just a sign telling us this is Route 1. That's all it says. Just Route 1 on the sign. Oh hey, there's our friends. Cheren and Bianca. We just got into another encounter. So before I go over to like our friends, I'm just gonna, you know, get my Snivy up to like level 10. Cause I know once I talk to them it's, you know, gonna progress the story. So you know, get some levels up before that. We'll just do these battles, you know, with wild Pokemon. And our Snivy. I already have a Lillipup on my team as well. So I'll probably get some levels up on that as well. You know. Our Snivy's at level 8 right now. I say I'm aiming for level 10. We gained 27 XP points. It looks like we're halfway to level 9. So we're making good like progress. You know. Go Sancho. Another Lillipup to fight. There sure is a lot of these here. It's a level 4 this time, so we should get more XP, you know? So we'll tackle him, and this takes him out, you know? Yeah. Wild Lillipup fainted. Sancho gained 27 XP. So yeah. Just keep walking around in the tall grass till we get encounters. Oh, we encountered something different this time. A wild Patrat. So I think I'm gonna try and capture one. I haven't caught one of these yet, you know? Yeah. So you know, we get his health down. Then we use a Pokeball from our bag. And let's see if this will catch this Patrat. Reshy used the Pokeball. Gotcha! Patrat was caught. So that's the third Pokemon in our party now. Patrat's data was added to the Pokédex. Pokédex registration completed. It's a Scout Pokemon. And Patrat is also a normal type. Height 1 foot 8 inches. Weight 25.6 pounds. Using food stored in cheek pouches, they can keep watch for days. They use their tails to communicate with others. Give a nickname to the caught Patrat. I'm not actually gonna give this one a nickname. You know, just keeping it as Patrat I think will be fine. Because I already named some other Pokemon in my park. So we're not gonna actually give this a nickname. So now as you can see I have 3 Pokemon. A Snivy at level 8. A Lillipup at level 3. And now our level 2 Patrat. So yeah, before we continue on to Accumula Town where our friend... Like you can see right there, near the top of the screen, that our friends are just waiting there to meet us. So for now I'm going to do some leveling up on like Route 1. You know, continue doing that. So we get our team up a few levels, you know. Also, if you notice, during this fight I'm doing with my Snivy named Sancho against this Patrat, there's like a little Pokeball icon next to the Patrat's name. So, you know, it shows you what Pokemon you caught already. If there's like a Pokeball icon next to their name during a battle, which is a very nice feature. So we're gonna take him out with this hit, you know. And we gain 16 XP for winning that battle. Our Snivy's almost at level 9, so this is, you know, good. Alright, so now our Snivy is at level 9. Sancho grew to level 9. So now I'm gonna heal my Pokemon at, like, you know, my house in the game. Reshy's house. And we'll keep doing stuff on Route 1 for a little bit, you know? We just got another battle though, so let's quickly do it. We can still only walk as we don't have running shoes yet. Just a little, you know, slow. But we'll get them soon, I'm sure, in the game. This is still the very beginning, you know. We're not even at, like, the first town yet. But we should get there soon. So, you know, to heal our Pokemon, we just talked to our mom in our house. Okay, and she says this. Mom, phew, I'm taking a little break from cleaning up. You and your Pokemon should take a break too. And then she heals them. You know, you hear the sound effect and stuff. And yeah, we know good trainers don't push their Pokemon too hard. And now we're all healed up. You and your Pokemon should all be filled with energy again. Now you can go anywhere. I'm back to Route 1 to, you know, do some leveling up and stuff for our team. Which has 3 Pokemon right now in our party, you know? We one-shotted that Patrat with Snivy's Vine Whip move, which was, you know, kind of interesting. Took him out one shot. Another Lily pup. So let's just quickly take this one out to get some XP, you know? For Snivy. We're almost at level 10, you know, so this is good. And he used a move that made our defense fall, so I'm gonna finish it with a tackle attack. Yeah. So we got 8 XP for winning that battle. So from the looks of things, for the part of Route 1 we can like access right now, there's like 3 main patches where there's tall grass on Route 1, where you can encounter Pokemon. And it seems the only Pokemon on here for Route 1 is like Patrats and Lillipups. Maybe there's other ones too, but we haven't encountered those yet. Yeah, this is what I've noticed about Route 1 so far. As we've, you know, been doing stuff here. So we gained 15 XP after that battle. And yeah, we're just gonna, you know, keep doing this till we get Snivy to level 10. And then we'll, like, you know, talk to our friends who are right at the end of Route 1. You know? Waiting for us, I guess. Oh, it just turned night in the game. Did you see that? As I was just walking around, it just turned night because it just turned 7 o'clock in real life. So I guess, like if you see here, it's 7 o'clock in real life, which is shown in like military time. So which is why it says it's the 19th hour. So I guess when it turns 7 o'clock in the game, like 7 p.m. or hour 19 in military time, it turns from day to night in the game. As you see, what just happened, it turned night. Because it's all like, you know, darker and stuff. That was pretty cool to see it happen in real time, you know? So yeah, it's now night on Route 1. When it was just day like a minute ago. So you know, let's keep doing stuff here. Battling and things, you know. So in a few more battles, our Snivy should be level 10 now. So now we're getting close to that goal I want to do. Before we like continue with our friends in the adventure. Who is Cheren and Bianca, you know? Well, I'm playing as a trainer named Reshy. No, the name is inspired by like Reshy, one of my favorite legendaries. That's why I named my trainer Reshy, you know? Kind of like a reference to that. So, you know, keep walking in this tall grass and get encounters. Currently it seems the grass type Vine Whip move on my Snivy does the most damage. You know, it does more than tackle, which is like a move you start with. Then Vine Whip's one like your Snivy learns, or whatever starter you chose. You get like a different moves you learn. Since Snivy's a grass type, my Snivy named Sancho, it learns like, you know, grass move here. You know, this happened in part 1 where it learned Vine Whip. So if you like want to see when that happened, just watch part 1. But this is part 2. We're just gonna keep battling wild Pokemon. We get our XP up and stuff. Yeah. After 1 or 2 more battles, it looks like we'll reach level 10 with Snivy. So yeah. And I'll get some levels up on the other Pokemon in our team. You know? I caught them at like low level, you know? So get their levels up a bit too. Before we continue on to Accumula Town. This is what the Route 1 experience is like, I guess, you know? He took out that Lillipup with, you know, a one-shot move because it was a critical. And Sancho grew to level 10. Our Snivy is now level 10. So, you know, that's what I wanted to do. And we learned a new move. Sancho learned Wrap. So now our Snivy has 4 moves in total. Which is, you know, good. Now to get the to get the XP up on my other Pokemon in my party, I'm gonna switch out my active Snivy Pokemon with like my other ones here. Like this Lily Pup named Zoe and my Patrat, which are only level 2 and 3. So a lot lower level than my Snivy that I got like when I started the game, where it lets you choose the starter. So now get their levels up a bit too. I'm gonna get both of my other Pokemon's levels up to level 5, I think. Then that should be good. Then heal back in the house. And then, you know, go past Route 1 to where our friends are. Like, you know, I've been saying. So now we have our Lily Pup active in our party for doing battles and stuff. Let's get it some XP from, you know, doing battles on Route 1. So we got a Lily Pup versus a Lily Pup. This is kind of interesting. Go Zoe. Okay, so we won that battle and we got 19 XP. So that's good, you know. And just keep doing this till our Lily Pup named Zoe reaches level 5. Which shouldn't take that long, you know. Okay, that did a lot of damage. You see, when your health gets low, the music becomes more intense. But we gained 47 XP points, and our Zoe, which is a Piplup, our Zoe, which is a Lily Pup, grew to level 4. But I gotta heal him up now. He has like 3 HP left. You know, this game has a unique thing where when your health is really low on a Pokemon you're battling with, the music gets like more intense sounding and stuff. As you heard for like a second, right before we won the battle. So yeah, back to our house, I guess. But you know, Zoe is now at level 4, so one more level and now we'll be at level 5 that I want to be. Before we, you know, continue to where our friends are. Cheren and Bianca, you know. So no, we talk to our mother and she heals our Pokemon. Alright, so Zoe grew to level 5 already, so that was quick. Our Lillipup is already level 5 on our team. So now to do the same thing with the Patrat we caught. Oh, and Zoe learned Odor Sleuth move as well. You know, when our Lillipup leveled up to level 5, it learned a new move. So now I go to the menu, Pokemon, and switch out my Lillipup with my Patrat. Now we can use that for battling on Route 1. Just walking back and forth in the tall grass till we get an encounter. Yeah. So all this Patrat can do right now is just tackle. That's the only move it has. So yeah, it doesn't really give us many options when battling, but we just keep using it until we like defeat the wild Pokemon and then gain some XP, you know, for our Patrat. Oh no, he fainted! We got one-shotted. Okay, I did not think that our Patrat was gonna be taken out in one shot. You know, the Lillipup kept using Leer. And I guess because it lowered the defense so much, our Patrat just got one-shotted, so you know. Guess I have to switch to a different Pokemon to finish this battle. Well, we'll just use my Snivy, I guess, you know. It says battle using which Pokemon. I choose our Snivy named Sancho. And we shift out with it. Go for it, Sancho, it says. And we sent him out, you know. And then this move should finish him, you know. Because he's level 10, so his moves are really strong. Compared to like this level 3 we're fighting. Gain some XP as well. Okay, maybe leveling up this Patrat's gonna be a little harder than I thought. But I'm sure I can do it. So yeah, let's go back to the house to heal our Pokemon again. And you know, revive the ones that fainted as well. I think it does too when you do that. So let's see. Yeah, and now our Patrat is not fainted anymore. So you know, healing with our mom does like revive any fainted Pokemon. So you know, let's continue doing some XP on Route 1, I guess, you know. So now we're using a Patrat against a Patrat. Both are level 2. Mine and then the wild one. So let's see how this goes. Is it gonna be an even fight? Oh no, he's on 1 HP already? Yeah, you hear how the music's really intense when your health is low? Cause it shows like it's serious for your Pokemon during the battle. So I'm actually gonna switch out to a different Pokemon. So my Patrat still gets XP from this battle without fainting, you know. We'll send out our Lillipup named Zoe and just defeat it with our tackle. Oh, I used Lair actually. That just lowers his defense. And then now we're gonna attack him. And if I'm right, when we win the battle, both of the Pokemon we use should get XP. Yeah, they did. Patrat gained 11 XP. Zoe the Lillipup gained like 7. So, you know, XP is shared during a battle if you switch a Pokemon to a different one during it. Then let's heal once more. Because that got very serious for like a moment, you know? Alright, my Patrat grew to level 3 after this battle, you know? And Patrat learned the move Lair. So this strategy of like using it to do the first move in a battle with a wild Pokemon and switching it out with one of my stronger Pokemon like Snivy seems to be working for leveling it up, you know? You're in charge, Sancho, because I just switched the Snivy, you know? Now it says something when you switch out your Pokemon by shifting it. And we'll finish him with a Vine Whip move, I guess. And then tackle the, as the final move to like defeat this wild Pokemon. Now our Patrat is at level 4. One more level and it'll be at level 5, which is where I want to get to, you know? Yeah. Alright, so since our Patrat's at level 4 and the wild one's at level 2, you know, we're doing more damage on it now. So I don't think I'm actually gonna have to switch him out to a different Pokemon this battle. Yeah, I didn't have to, you know. So that's good. Our Patrat is now at level 5. You know, he just grew to level 5. So my party is where I want it to be at now, before we continue on from Route 1. So I'm just gonna heal one more time. Then we can like meet our friends at the end of Route 1, you know? And I guess go to Accumula Town. Just the first town we visit in the game, I guess. Outside of like our starting town, Nuvema. So yeah, let me show you. A level 5 Piplup, a level 5 you know, Lillipup named Zoe, level 5 Patrat, and then our level 10 Snivy named Sancho. So I'd say our party looks pretty good now, I guess, you know? For levels and stuff, just starting out in the game. Yeah, let's go back to Route 1 and meet our friends, Cheren and Bianca, who have been waiting for us, you know? Okay, and so I don't actually want to do another battle here, because it just started one with a wild Pokemon. So I'm actually just gonna run this time, you know. Got away safely. You know, just run from these encounters so we can get to the end of this route. You know, Route 1. I've done all the battles I want to do for now on this here, you know. Okay, and here's our friends at the end of Route 1. Bianca, how about it, Reshy? Do you want to compare which one of us has the most Pokemon with them? And we can say yes or no, so I'm gonna say yes. Bianca, wow, 3? That's awesome. You know, since we got 3 Pokemon, so that's what she said to us. Are you excited to have that many Pokemon with you? Cheren, incidentally, if you check your Pokédex, you'll see how many Pokemon you've found and how many you've caught. I'm off to Accumula Town. The professor is waiting. The X transceiver is ringing. Reshy picked up the X transceiver. So someone's calling us, I guess. Okay, it's the professor calling us, I guess, here. She says, Professor Juniper says, hello, how is everybody doing? And you know, because this thing can do 4-way calls, you know, it shows all of us in the call. You know, me as Reshy, Then there's Cheren, then Bianca, and then the professor. Hello, how is everybody doing? The professor says. You and your Pokemon are getting along great now, right? Oh, Professor, Bianca says in reply to her. Then the professor tells her, right now I'm in front of Accumula Town's Pokemon Center. I'd like to show you around, so hurry on over, everyone. Then Bianca says, okay, the Pokemon Center, right? Then the Professor Juniper says, okay, see you. And the call just ended. Cheren, well, I'm going on ahead. Then our friends, continue on ahead. And I guess we follow them. And now we're in Accumula Town. It has pretty chill music, You can even walk down these stairs here in the town. And there's Professor Juniper in front of the Pokemon Center, so I guess we should talk to her. I want to read what this sign says first though. Accumula Town, the fast-growing town. So they're known as the fast-growing town. It's cool how you can walk up like these sloped areas in the game. Pretty nice. So we're now in Accumula Town. As you can see on the map. Okay, something else I noticed on the map here is, well, here's an interesting detail I noticed. Okay, so what I noticed on the town map screen, which shows like a map of the region and places you can go to, is that for places I've already visited, like, for cities and towns here, which, before you visited them, they show up as like a red icon on the map. But after visiting them, like the icon turns blue, as you can see here. So you can see, since we've gone to Nuvema Town and Accumula Town, the icons for these are like blue. But as we haven't visited these other cities yet, like Nakreen City, like the icons for those is still red on the map. So yeah, the description for Accumula Town on the map is, this town offers great views due to its many hills. And like the important location shown here is a Pokemon Center. Whereas in Nuvema Town it was Juniper Pokemon Lab. But in Accumula, the area of interest, location of interest is the Pokemon Center. So yeah, let's go talk to Professor Juniper here, see what she has to say. Professor Juniper. Ah, Reshy, there you are. Traveling with your Pokemon is truly one of the joys of being a trainer. Please follow me. I'd like to show you the most important place for a trainer to know. She's taking us in the center, I guess. Professor Juniper. This is a Pokemon Center. Don't you feel better as soon as you step through the door? Okay, let's start your tour. Bianca. Ooh, wait for me. Professor Juniper. A Pokemon Center is a truly incredible place. Do you know why? Because your Pokemon can be healed. And what's more, it's absolutely free. A Pokemon Center is a trainer's best friend. Here, Reshy, give it a try. Hello, and welcome to the Pokemon Center. We restore your tired Pokemon to full health. Would you like the rest of your Pokemon? And I choose yes. Okay, I'll take your Pokemon for a few seconds. You know, the nurse says and stuff. Thank you for waiting. We restore your Pokemon to full health. We hope to see you again. Professor Juniper. Okay, now that your Pokemon have rested, I'll show you how to use the PC at a Pokemon Center. When she takes us over here. Professor Juniper, this is the PC. It's free for any trainer to use. You can store Pokemon in your PC boxes or select Pokemon stored in your PC boxes to take along with you. In addition, if you catch a new Pokemon while you have 6 Pokemon traveling with you, the Pokemon you just caught is sent automatically to the PC network. Surprising, isn't it? Amazing even. Here's something else that's cool. If you select My PC, I will evaluate the progress you made on your Pokédex. Bianca, Professor. It says someone's PC on the screen. Who is someone? Professor Juniper. Very good, Bianca. That's a great observation. Good question, and I'd like to say more, but for now, just ignore that and go ahead and use the PC. Someone is the person who made the Pokemon storage system. Someone I'm sure you'll meet someday. Okay, let's move on. So we're continuing the tour, I guess. Professor Juniper. Now, this is the Pokemart. This is the place to buy useful items and sell the ones you don't need anymore. That gentleman over there will help you with a smile. Professor Juniper. So, let's wrap this up. I've given you the basics of being a trainer. I'm going to head back to Nuvema Town. One final thing. When you get to Striaton City, go and meet an inventor named Fennel. Okay, so when we go to Striaton City, we have to find some guy named Fennel, I guess, who's an inventor, according to what she's saying. She's a friend of mine from long ago, and I'm sure she'll help you on your way. Best of luck. I hope that your journeys prove to be the adventure of a lifetime. And she just left, you know. Bianca, ooh, what should I buy? Potions and Pokeballs are definitely important. Thinking. Okay, now we can like buy stuff here too. Hello, welcome. May I help you? We can buy, sell, or say no thanks, which is like the cancel option. So let's see what they have to buy. Okay, this is like mail, I guess. This is like the guy you can buy mail from. The first one I hear is Greet Mail for 50 Poké-dollars. Stationery designed for introductory greetings. Let a Pokemon hold it for delivery. And I have 4,000 Poké-dollars right now, which it says in my money. So I don't need to buy mail. I'm gonna say no thanks. And go to the other guy who sells, I assume, the Pokeballs and stuff. Yeah, this is the guy who sells them. So for 200 Poké-dollars, I can buy a Pokeball. And for 300 Poké-dollars, I can buy a potion. The description for the potion says, a spray-type medicine for wounds. It restores the HP of one Pokemon by just 20 points. So I'm gonna buy a few Pokeballs and potions. So we have like, I think, 10 Pokeballs and 5 potions. So I'll buy these until I have that many, you know? Pokeball, certainly. How many would you like? I currently have 2 in my bag. So I'm gonna buy 8 for 1,600 Poké-dollars. And he says, Pokeball and you want 8. That will be 1,600 Poké-dollars. Okay? And I say yes. Here you are. Thank you. You put away the Pokeballs in the items case. So now we have 10 Pokeballs, which is a good starting amount. Now I'm gonna buy 5 potions. Potion, certainly. How many would you like? Since we already have 1 potion from earlier, I only need to buy 4 instead of 5. So I'll buy 4, here as you can see. Potion and you want 4. That will be 1,200 Poké-dollars. Okay? And I say yes. Here you are, thank you. You put away the potions in the medicine case. So now we have 10 Pokeballs and 5 potions. Which is a good amount to start with, I think. And yeah. Let's see what else is in the Poke Center. It seems you can't use it yet. There's this globe in the Pokemon Center that's like moving around. But when I interacted with it, it said I can't use it yet. Maybe this is some online feature, I don't know. It's like it's like a globe of the earth that's spinning around here. And who are these people? Sorry, we're getting things ready. Please come back later. So I guess we have to progress further in the game before we can access this like section at the top of the Poke Center after climbing the stairs. So now we're gonna leave the Pokemon Center. Sounds like something's going on in the plaza. Well, let's have a little look-see. Okay, there's something going on here. Cheren, Reshy, come here a sec. Who are all those guys? There's just a line of guys there? I wonder what's gonna happen. So Cheren says, Reshy, come here a sec. My name is Ghetsis. I wonder who this Ghetsis person is. I am here representing Team Plasma. I think those are the bad guys in the game. So what are they gonna tell us? Today, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to talk to you about Pokemon Liberation. Huh? What? Ghetsis, I'm sure most of you believe that we humans and Pokemon are partners that have come to live together because we want and need each other. However, is that really the truth? Have you ever considered that perhaps we humans only assume that this is the truth? Pokemon are subject to the selfish commands of trainers. They get pushed around when they are our partners at work. Can anyone say with confidence that there is no truth in what I'm saying? No way. Yikes. I don't know. Ghetsis. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Pokemon are different from humans. They are living beings that contain unknown potential. They are living beings from whom we humans have much to learn. Tell me, what is our responsibility toward these wonderful beings called Pokémon? What could it be? Liberation? Ghetsis, that's right. We must liberate the Pokémon. Then, and only then, will humans and Pokémon truly be equals. Everyone, I end my words here today by imploring you to consider the relationship between people and Pokémon and the correct way to proceed. We sincerely appreciate your attention. Then they just leave, Team Plasma and Ghetsis. Older man, about that speech, what do you think we should do? Younger man, liberate Pokémon? That's not even possible. Wait, who was that guy for a second? Question mark. Your Pokémon. Just now, it was saying, Cheren, slow down. You talk too fast. And what's this about Pokémon talking? That's an odd thing to say. Question mark. Yes, they're talking. Who is this mysterious individual? Could this be N? I think it might be. Oh, then you two can't hear it either. How sad. My name is N. So I guess this is where we meet N. Cheren. My name is Cheren, and this is Reshy. We were asked to complete the Pokédex, and we just left on our journey. My main goal is to become the champion, though. N, the Pokédex, eh? So, you're going to confine many Pokémon in Pokéballs for that, then? I'm a trainer too, but I can't help wondering, are Pokémon really happy that way? Well, Reshy, is it? Let me hear your Pokémon's voice again. Oh wait, we're fighting N? No way. You are challenged by Pokemon Trainer N. Pokemon Trainer N sent out Pearly. Okay, I didn't think we were gonna be fighting N already. This is crazy. We're already fighting N. You got like that music. I didn't think he was gonna make us fight him already. This is crazy. So I'm gonna use Vine Whip with Snivy. And then Purloin used Growl, which made my Snivy's attack fall. More, let me hear the voice of your Pokemon, N says. You see, when you fight N, there's like this intense music that plays. So I'm gonna use Vine Whip again. And we took down his Purloin. Sancho gained 88 XP points. Player defeated Pokemon Trainer N. I never expected to hear Pokemon say such things. Reshy got $700 for winning. Okay, so we just beat N for the first time. I was honestly not expecting that battle, okay? But we did beat him, so yeah. Okay, so after we just beat N, he says, as long as Pokemon are confined in Pokeballs, Pokemon will never become perfect beings. I have to change the world for Pokemon because they're my friends. And then N just leaves. Cheren, huh, strange guy. But I'm not going to worry about it. Trainers and Pokemon help each other out. Listen, I'm going on ahead. I want to battle the gym leader in the next town, Striaton City. Aim to battle gym leader after gym leader. The best way for a trainer to become stronger is to challenge the gym leaders in each area. And then Cheren leaves. Okay, I'm gonna end like part 2 of this playthrough here, because I did not expect we were gonna fight N already. But you know, we beat N. He's kinda weird, I guess. And yeah, you know, we saw Team Plasma as well. So that's where I'm gonna stop part 2 of this playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in part 3. Where I guess we're going to Striaton City, you know? Just gonna save the game here and sign off. Reshy saved the game. Alright, bye for now.